Welcome, my nerd family, to another episode of Gamesymaspod, the podcast where we are talking about all things board games, video games, and pop culture. On today's episode, it's going to be kind of a different type of podcast episode where we're going to be talking about all things news within the video game world. We're joined by Matt here again. Once again, he's no stranger to the podcast.
Yes.
And we're going to be giving our thoughts on the recent game reveals, game trailers, game failures.
Yes.
A lot of that stuff that we just our thoughts. So it's not your typical, podcast episode, or maybe it is, but it'll just be kind of more of a news type. And then if you guys are out there that are watching that agree with our opinions, let us know in the comments below. If you feel like there's some trailers that we missed or some games that you're excited for, let us know again on the comments below. And thanks again for watching. Thanks so much for liking and subscribing. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click that like button, click that subscribe button, and give us a follow and let us know what you like about the podcast and what we can do differently. And we'd like to see those numbers go up on our subscribers and our followers. So thank you guys so much for that. We appreciate that all and stuff like that. And so, it might not be a long episode, might be a probably episode. You got notes going on for you.
Yeah.
So we're ready to go, we're ready to roll. So, let's go ahead and get started with this episode on that. Talking all things video games on this podcast about Game Fest and the Xbox reveal and the PlayStation and stuff like that. So with all that being said, guys, pull up a chair, grab some dice, y acompáñeme a jugar. So for those of you who are watching, listening, was it like last week or 2 weeks ago?
It was a few weeks ago. It was like all month of June, basically.
Okay, so around month of June, there was a lot of game reveals, game trailers that were announced on for Xbox, for PlayStation, Nintendo. They did a Summerfest game 2024 where they revealed a bunch of new indie games, new AAA games, a bunch of games that are coming out that some of you guys are excited for, some of you guys are bummed out about, or some of you guys are just waiting to hear some more news on some other things. And so Matt wrote down some notes and stuff. I kind of watched a lot of the trailers and got my reactions and stuff, and we'll talk more about that. We'll go with real quick. The main one is what's the number one game out of all the things that were announced that you're the most excited for, Matt? That came out that you're like, all right, yes, I'm excited. This is my number one that I'm very pumped about.
The biggest one that I would say that I'm excited for is Phantom Blade Zero. It's Chinese developer, Souls-like.
Okay.
They did more of a in-depth look with the developers. I forgot which live stream it was. I don't think it might have been State of Play. But basically, they went into more of the gameplay. I gotta be honest. When I first saw the game was revealed, it was so good.
Yeah.
It looked so cinematic, and the flow of combat looked so good that I thought it was fake. I thought we were gonna have another Anthem situation where the gameplay, everything you see is fake, and it's like it looked like everything was QTE, like QuickTime events.
Really?
Because it was so good, so fluid. I remember. When I was a kid, I always wondered, like, how long is it going to take until video games start to look like cutscenes and feel like cutscenes, in the battle, battle cutscenes? I was like, I want it to play like that. I don't want it to just be a cutscene. I want it to play like that. And this game, I'm telling you, it feels and looks like that. So I'm super excited for that. A lot of people were comparing it to Souls and Elden Ring and things like that. But the developers kind of went in depth and said it's Souls-like.
Okay.
It's more Devil May Cry. It's more that. It's a little more linear as well than Elden Ring.
More like a hack and slasher kind of?
Yeah, but very much combo-esque. Very much combo-esque. Okay. So I'm super excited for that.
So Phantom Blade, that's what it's called?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. We forgot to watch the trailer for it, but that from what you've explained, that seems pretty interesting. Is it like sci-fi-ish kind of?
No, it's kind of like... That's one of the reasons it kind of has a theme of Elden Ring, but it looks more like medieval kind of Sekiro, kind of like Sekiro. Kind of like Sekiro. That's like the really honestly kind of what it reminds me of.
Okay, nice. For my top one that I felt like that popped out for me, and you probably have your different gripes about it, but I have to go with it. But I'm excited for Fable. I like Fable. That's my all-time favorite RPG game for you guys that are listening that watched the previous episodes. That was my all-time favorite RPG game that I love playing, single player. And so I'm excited for Fable. The graphics look kind of different. I'm kind of iffy about them. They're trying to get a little more realistic-ish, but it's fine. And Fable was probably my top one, and the second one was probably the Gears of War E-Day.
E-Day? Yeah.
Because it was great seeing Marcus again, seeing Dom again, R.I.P. Dom.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know what happened. I haven't played 4 and 5 Gears of War, so I don't know.
I haven't either. I haven't either.
So I don't know what
After
happens.
3.
Yeah, I don't know what happens with Marcus. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. Okay, so we had how many panels were there? There were
I wrote down, we had 4 main ones. We did have a Ubisoft one. Honestly, I kind of skipped it. It wasn't many reveals. That was Star Wars Outlaws mainly, which I'm excited for.
Are you?
I'm excited for it. As long as it's not like a normal Ubisoft open world game, which it doesn't seem like, which is what's getting me excited. It doesn't seem like that stereotypical Ubisoft open world game that they rinse and repeat every single year with, they did with, unfortunately, with the Avatar game that should have been a lot more popular. Because I mean you're a Na'vi on Pandora, but when you get into the gameplay, it's basically just a very grindy. It's Assassin's Creed Valhalla on Pandora.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't know. Star Wars Outlaw. I mean, I watched the gameplay. I watched the trailer for it. It seemed interesting. I mean, I'm used to Star Wars being you get lightsabers. And This is like now you have a blaster. You're an outlaw, and so it's like. I don't know. I'll probably wait. I won't judge it until it comes out to see how it is. They're saying that it's like a big open world game.
It is, yeah.
And so I don't know how that would play out. I mean, I don't know. I guess I could see it. I could see some of the gameplay stuff. They were really like, okay, I could see it being out, open world, but.
The space travel's better than better than Starfield, dude.
Really?
They revealed what it looks like. You actually the loading screens aren't like Starfield where you just load onto a planet. You actually go down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you actually like landing on the planet?
Yeah, I think because you go through the clouds. It's basically is a loading screen probably, but it's actually masked behind like actually going down in the planet. So you're actually immersed in it rather than you just waiting for a loading screen to load.
Gotcha.
But they also announced some cool features on that game. Like there's a bounty system where if you do some messed up stuff in the world, you'll have the Empire. Is it the Empire? I don't know. But coming after you, kind of like a wanted system and kind of like GTA style. I don't know if it's stars, but it's like they'll show up to the planet or something and they start hunting you.
Kind of like in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where like you do a lot of you'll get bounty hunters coming after you.
Yep.
Okay, that seems a bit interesting. I mean, again, I gotta reserve judgment until it comes out.
It is Ubisoft. Remember,
exactly.
It is Ubisoft.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, Ubisoft. I don't want another Anthem series again to come out. And I mean, even the Assassin's Creed games have been kind of
stale.
I've been a bit stale and pay to play and all that stuff. And it's like, hopefully they can turn it around. But yeah, Outlaws seemed interesting. Okay, so Ubisoft,
it was okay. I kind of skipped it, but we did have the first one I watched was the Game Fest.
Okay,
the Summer Game Fest 2024. I think it's Jeff Keighley, who I think that's his name.
Yeah.
It was honestly, I don't know how you feel. The consensus was that it was weaker this year. There wasn't a lot of reveals. You'd find this funny. He did like a live stream, kind of like I think on Twitch with just him, where people got to ask him questions, and he was bombarded with Kingdom Hearts 4. When's Kingdom Hearts 4? Yeah, people were he kind of got annoyed, and he's like, if people are like expecting Kingdom Hearts 4, just don't. Like he was kind of like, I think he kind of got a little annoyed because you know how the Kingdom Hearts fanboys, the Kingdom Hearts fan base gets. And so,
oh my god!
But it was funny because there was a bunch of reactions because Kingdom Come Deliverance was there was like gameplay shown and trailers shown, and when he said Kingdom, there was a lot of people on live stream who were Kingdom Hearts fans going Kingdom, and then he said Kingdom, and they're like all teased and stuff. It was
Bruh,
pretty funny.
Way to lead a song like that, my boy. Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 4, man. Well, I mean, okay, well. I'm still iffy about that because I'm still bitter about Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm still kind of not excited for Kingdom Hearts 4 just because of the trailer. And I was like, what is this?
It was just a different direction. Yeah, different direction.
Is this still Disney? What is this? It was. Yeah. So, but the Game Fest, I watched the Game Fest and I wasn't really like pumped up for anything that they previewed. I think they teased me with the Batman. the Arkham.
Yes.
I was like, oh no, a Batman game, and it's like for VR. I was like, oh, I don't want to watch no VR.
Yeah, no, that honestly, I think I saw a reaction live from that where they announced like Batman, and people were like, "Oh, you could hear the awe in the crowd," and as soon as they heard VR, they were like,
And they're
"Oh."
like, oh, yeah.
And that was literally in the like the place where they were having it. And like even my notes, like I just wrote down not much as far as announcements. Oh, except Civ 7.
Yeah. I'm excited for Civ 7. Interesting how that will pan out, and it's 6 billion DLCs that they always come
Yeah,
out.
I know.
And that game is always on sale.
Yeah, it is.
Civ
It
6
really
is always
is.
like $5.
Yep.
I'm like, bro, is this game not that hot? What's going on?
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
Why is it being on sold? Yeah. So Game Fest was kind of bland. Yeah, again, other part that Kingdom Hearts. There you
Kingdom
go.
Come- Deliverance, yeah.
Deliverance 2. I'm excited because I played the first one. It was fun. Yeah, I was excited, and the combat was interesting. The way they played the first person type medieval-esque type of game, it was interesting to play. And so yeah, and kind of ended not open-ended, but I mean, kind of did open-ended because you kind of you just ride away with
Yeah.
like one of your companions. If I remember the ending correctly, it's been a while. But that was it. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, that's it. That's the game. Like, I don't think you can even play after. Which no, you can. You can play after. It'll just rewind you back before
Oh,
the
okay.
mission. And so Kingdom Deliverance 2, yeah, excited about that. But yeah, Game Fest was bland. The PlayStation panel, when they
State of Play.
State of Play,
Yeah.
also kind of bland for me.
That one was I would say consensus was that was the weakest one.
It was, yeah. It was,
Honestly, it was that between that and Games Fest. They did announce there's Dynasty Warriors Origin, which I'm a big Dynasty Warriors fan.
I did
Which
see that, yeah.
It looks like a big break off from what the series usually is. It looks very much more cinematic, and I don't want to say. I mean, it looks more like action RPG ish, like Devil May Cry almost.
Okay.
On the battlefield. I don't know. It looked weird, but I'm excited. It looked good. It looked
Yeah.
weird but good.
Those are one of those. That's another like hack and slash kind of game.
Yeah. I poured so much time into Dragon. I mean,
Dynasty
Warriors 2 on PS2 when I was a kid, and they had like the more Silent Hill stuff, which I know you have some opinions on.
Yeah, see, Silent Hill 2, like the remake, I'm like, bro, just leave it alone. Like, leave it alone. Like, just the game's already great as is. You don't have to remake it and try to change things up or anything like that. Like, the game is fine as is.
Yeah.
And just, I'm all for the enhanced graphics. Or if you're gonna enhance it, just leave it how it is. Like, don't change any type of things. Just enhance the graphics a bit more. But we don't need another Silent Hill 2 game. We need like another Silent Hill game that's like good. Like, because Downpour was horrible and Homecoming was okay. I enjoyed. I mean, a bit of a hot take is I enjoyed Homecoming. A lot of people hate Homecoming because it was like
Really?
too actiony, less scary. A lot of reskins from the other Silent Hill games because they brought back like Pyramid Head for that one, but he's not supposed to be in that one because Pyramid Head's supposed to be a representation of James's character in Silent Hill 2. So when they brought him in for Homecoming, you're like, well, what's going on? Like, why is he here? Like, he doesn't belong here, So I liked it because of the combat, and it's like one of the first Silent Hill games second Silent Hill games that I beat. The first one I beat was 4, Silent Hill 4: The Room, which was another phenomenal game I enjoyed. I just like the whole Silent Hill series in general. But yeah, when they were announcing the whole remake of 2, I was like, okay, like, all right, but let's make another one. Let's make another one. Yeah, that's the only thing. But yeah, State of Play was kind of bland for me. I mean, nothing interests me like Lego Horizons. Like, okay, I really didn't care for it, and these other type of games. A lot of it was VR games, and I was
the Alien.
Yeah, the
Alien game was
yes.
VR, which was pretty disappointing. It also looked like it was 6 FPS. Like I was getting disoriented just watching the trailer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
it was
goodness.
bad.
Yeah, I remember when they announced they're teasing it. I'm like, oh, another Alien game, sick. And it's like VR. I'm like, come on, enough with the VR. I don't want to see no more VR stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like, nothing wrong with VR. It's just like, I want another game. I don't want to. I get nauseous playing the VR sometimes. So it's like, I don't want to be playing VR all the time.
There was only 2 games, honestly, from State of Play. Well, like 2 announcements, like reveals, not like games that had already been revealed, which would be Dynasty Warriors, Origins, and then there was another one, Ballad of, I think, Artria or whatever. It seems like another Souls-like.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called, but that one seemed interesting to me. And then the only other thing that wasn't a reveal that I liked because we actually got gameplay on finally was the new Monster Hunter game, Wilds.
Oh yeah,
It was
yeah,
really
I saw
cool.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Looked really cool.
I'm not a big fan of Monster Hunter, but I've played it and I've enjoyed it. I haven't gotten deeper into the game and stuff like that. I feel like it's a little too grindy sometimes.
Yeah.
You have to, like, so I was like, I didn't dive deeper into that game. There was another one. I'm not sure if you might remember this one, but on the State of Play there was like a. It looked kind of like Diablo-esque kind of game, where it was like top down.
Was it the PoE?
I think so.
I think it was the PoE.
It was like a roguelike type game like that.
Yeah,
where it's like,
I think I know what you mean.
Where it's like you could play alone, play with like another player, and you guys both like play something like that. It looked interesting. It wasn't like appealing, but I mean, if I had to choose like a bright spot of that, that would probably be one from the State of Play. But yeah, it was.
But it was not good.
No, it was. Yes, Game Fest and State of Play. I mean, yeah, it's you expect these big game reveals and these shocking. Oh, they're coming out with that game, but everyone's still waiting for Elder Scrolls 6, which will never come out. But I mean, whatever. Okay, so then we'll move on to the next one, which was
we can do Xbox.
We can do Xbox. Xbox was a bit more of a better.
It was actually, I think it was maybe the best one,
Really?
which is good for Xbox because it's change of pace. They have been known for having terrible. Showcases just because they just don't really have any games.
Yeah.
So I feel like this was pretty much like an apology to like a lot of the past where it's just like, sorry, we don't have any games. Okay, now we actually have games. So this one was actually, there was a lot of stuff, and they came out of it swinging hard with a banger with Doom.
Yeah, Doom. What's it called?
Dark Ages.
Dark Ages.
Yeah.
Doom. Dark Ages. I feel like because since with the whole acquisition of Bethesda and Activision, now they have like access to like review more things through Xbox now. Where like everyone's going crazy, Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, whatever. I can't believe they're already like it's Black Ops 6, right?
Yep.
They're already at 6. Like
Yep.
I don't since when? I thought it was still like at Black Ops 3 or something like that. But,
No, it's 6.
yeah, so I'm like, okay, whatever. But yeah, the new Doom game looked pretty interesting, pretty fun. Again with Gears of War.
Yep.
That was cool. They had that. What was that one like? Turn-based game.
Oh, Expedition 33.
Expedition 33
looks really good.
That looked
really good.
interesting.
Super interested in that.
Yeah, Fable again with Xbox. Excited about that. I mean, again, but still kind of holding back a little bit to see. I need more information for that.
I feel like both of our favorite franchises, they kind of like made us both go, ugh.
Yeah,
brother. Ugh.
Yeah.
Brother.
What is
yours Fable and mine Dragon Age.
That's right, Dragon Age.
So they kind of both made us go a little bit.
Like, where are you going with this?
Yeah,
like, hold up.
Yeah, even the gameplay, they try to smooth it over.
Right.
With after this, they revealed, okay, we're going to show gameplay because they knew that it didn't go over well.
Right.
Even the gameplay was kind of mediocre.
Really?
Very generic.
Oh my
very
gosh.
generic.
Ew.
Very generic. So I'm honestly, it reminds me a lot of. There was a lot of turbulence. I mean, there's rumors that there was a lot of turbulence in the game development.
Really?
There was a name change. It kind of reminds me a lot
that's
of
right.
Anthem. A lot of Anthem,
Oof.
where it was a lot of just like, I guess it just didn't. And it just didn't go over smooth, and there was a name change, and like they couldn't decide what to do with it. That's what it feels like.
Right.
That's what it feels like. So
Did you ever play Anthem?
I did a little bit.
were you
I know that Jason Schreier did like a whole expose on like the inside of what went wrong. It was like a huge story. I remember researching a lot of
Really?
that. Yeah, it was bad. Like when they came out with the gameplay trailer to reveal everything, none of that was actually made. The game wasn't even started yet or something like
Really?
that. Yeah, it was completely faked.
Really?
It was completely faked.
I mean, those cinematic trailers were like amazing.
I know,
I was like,
and they were all
dude,
fake.
Really?
They were all fake.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
man, that's what a letdown with that
Yeah.
game. Biggest controversy, one of the biggest gaming controversies, I guess.
Yep.
Or one. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's been bigger ones, but yeah, Anthem. I mean, I didn't even try it because like I was excited for it. I'm like, oh, I was one of those suckers that were like, oh,
Yeah.
this looks great, it's good. And then when people played it, they're like, what is this garbage?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I guess I won't try it.
Yeah.
I guess I won't go with it, but whatever. But yeah, with Fable and with the Dragon Age, yeah, it's like taking a step back. We've been hurt before.
We've been hurt
We've been hurt before. Xbox and Bethesda and EA,
BioWare.
Like we've been hurt. So we're never again. Fool me once.
Seriously.
Exactly. So the Xbox showcase was really good, very strong. What else?
Starfield. You want to talk about Starfield Shattered Space DLC?
The best game ever made, the best Bethesda game ever made. Yes, let's go, man. Starfield.
Fallout in Space.
Yes, guys, go check out Starfield
Please.
and let us know how amazing that game is. And then after that, we'll call you a liar. Yeah, I mean, maybe I don't know. Like I said, maybe if they come out with patches and stuff and change up the whole gameplay like they did with like Cyberpunk. Maybe, like I said, maybe we're bashing out too hard, but like I haven't been convinced otherwise to play it.
To give you an idea how bad things are, is that they the modders for because Bethesda's known for a lot of mod support with their games, with Elder Scrolls, Fallout. Modders have completely said we're not really going to mod this game because it's so boring.
Really?
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of mods planned, and a bunch of modders came out and said we're just not going to mod the game. It's so boring.
Really, man. Like they're like the only ones that can save the game. They can make it like let's rescript the whole game or something like that. Yeah. Oh man, that's insane. They got busted on CD Projekt Red and revamp their whole game again if they want to make it good.
But I have less faith in Bethesda than I do CD Projekt Red.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I mean, the Indiana Jones game, the Bethesda one, that one looks interesting.
It looked like a whole different studio, though, because that looks like a good game.
Yeah, first-person Indiana Jones, get to whip people and, shoot and punch people in Indiana Jones style with a young Harrison Ford.
Oh, I'm all for it.
So that one looked interesting, too, as well. But, I mean, if that's how Bethesda's doing with those games, I'm like, stick to those.
Yeah.
Instead of, and give us a good other Elder Scrolls game or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Whatever. It is what it is.
2032.
Yeah. Jeez, man. Goodness. Okay. So we have Starfield, trash. What else was there for the Game Fest that you got written down?
So we had Dragon Age Expedition 33, the perfect dark gameplay.
Oh yeah. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan
me
of
neither.
Games. I mean, I know that they were very big on the Xbox, the original Xbox, but I never really. The trailer looked interesting. It looked pretty cool, but I'm not rushing to get this game. Try to get this game. I'll wait and see maybe gameplays and see other people play it. Maybe Markiplier or someone or one of those YouTubers play and see how the Rad Brad or whoever else plays those games nowadays. I've seen a lot of decline on gameplay. People doing playthroughs.
Yeah, for real.
I've been seeing a little bit of like a lot of the bigger names aren't doing those anymore. So I'm like, oh.
That was the golden age of YouTube. For me,
now it's all streamers. Now you got Kai San, all those guys like streaming stuff like that. So I guess it's like switching over to live stream. Okay, so what else for Xbox? Was that pretty much it?
That was pretty much it. Okay. I did a little bit of the Nintendo Direct as well.
The only thing that I saw was the Metroid.
Metroid 4, yeah.
But it kind of got overshadowed with was it Capcom that announced the Marvel vs. Capcom?
Yeah.
That like pretty much took the whole thing where it's like I'm pumped about it because Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was like a staple of mine playing growing up.
Yep.
I loved it. I had many intense battles with friends that came over to the house. We had so much fun. And yeah, so that one kind of got overshadowed with everything. But what else you might have to let me know about?
Yeah, so there was a couple that caught my eye. Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, where you actually play as Zelda.
Okay.
Which is it's I don't think it's a mainline Zelda. It looks more like Link to the Past, top down.
Got you.
And then also I wrote down Metro Prime 4. There's another Mario Party. I'm excited for it. Yeah, I think Mario Party Jamboree.
Oh, it's not Mario Party like 9 or something?
No, it's Jamboree. And then the other one was Donkey Kong Country Returns. It's like an HD. I think they're doing. I love Donkey Kong Country on Super Nintendo. Like as a kid, I loved playing that.
Is it like a remake? Or?
I don't think it's a remake. I think it's just like an HD remaster.
Oh, okay, interesting.
But still, I love Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong was fun. Yeah, Donkey Kong. What else we have for Nintendo? Or that's it for Nintendo?
That was Tales of the Shire. I told you about that Hobbit game.
The Stardew-esque type of game.
Stardew-esque, but you're in the Shire.
Did that come out for Nintendo?
It's coming out for Nintendo. Yep.
Is it also for Steam or anything like that? Or
I think so. I think it's coming for Steam too.
That seems interesting.
I'm excited for that. I love Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
The Shire is nice, peaceful, goes along with Stardew vibe.
Yeah.
I think it's a good blend of that.
Interesting. I do love Stardew. Stardew is such a fun game, such a chill, relaxing game to play. And yeah, and now you throw in Lord of the Rings. Oh man, I'm sold. Let's go. Let's go. Let's farming simulator with Shire.
Oh yeah.
And then the Nazgul attack, and you gotta fight. They come in, the Black Riders come in. You're like, oh, snap! They're attacking me.
You find the ring in the Shire.
Yeah, right, and it just starts this whole chaos and stuff like that. Interesting. Okay, so Tales of the Shire looks pretty interesting. I forgot about that one. Okay, so what else we got?
There's a few games that we could talk about that were not there. Like I know one that I'm interested in that the universe you like is the Jurassic Park survival game.
Right.
Or
yes.
survival. That wasn't. I really wanted it to just more information, gameplay, anything, because all we got was that CGI trailer.
Yeah, where you're running away from the T-Rex.
Yeah, and it was like a little. I think there might have been some in-game engine gameplay maybe at the end, but not much. I really wanted more info on that. I'm super excited for that.
I am a little excited about it. Like I said, I love the Jurassic Park universe. You can see like behind me the poster. I don't like story-based driven games within the Jurassic Park universe. I get, 'cause to me it's like it's cool and all, and I like the creativity, but it's like what more can you do expand out on it? Because like it's like the movies did like a good justice of it, and so it's like if you're like, oh, you're a survivor within the island, like how that the new one is, where like takes place like during Jurassic Park or after the first movie, which is cool. I understand. But for me, like my type of Jurassic Park games is like where you're running it like a park, like like a Planet Coaster or like a Roller Tycoon type esque, where it's like, which is like we have the Jurassic World Evolution games 1 and 2. I like those games. Or if you guys are familiar with this one, Jurassic Park Operation Genesis came out for the PC a while ago. That was like awesome. That was like peak for me Jurassic Park game, because I was like, yeah, let's go create my own park. I love it. And so for me, that one was kind of. Yeah, the survival. I mean, I'll wait. I'll probably play it for sure.
Yeah,
for sure, because it's Jurassic Park. I gotta play it. But I'm not like, oh man, I'm like fanboying over it. Like it's just like, oh, we'll see how it is. Who knows? Maybe they might change my mind with the storyline and great.
Yeah.
Because I played they came out with another one called Jurassic Park the Game.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much like a Telltale game.
Really? I think I know what you're talking
about.
Yeah,
where it's like it takes place like also after Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And like you have like some survivors and you have to like make choices and stuff. I played it, I beat it, and I was just like, nah. Not impressed. Like, whatever. I just to do that, I played it and stuff like that. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm kind of holding back on that one as well and stuff like that. What else you got on the list?
I have GTA 6 actually. I was kind of hoping maybe there was something that were going to come out that wasn't.
I'm surprised. Yeah, because Rockstar didn't come up with any more news.
I mean, I'm sure that they would like do their own like live stream probably for that. Right. But it, like I said, it's just something that I'm excited for. I'm sure every person who's ever held a controller is probably excited for that one. So it's not really.
There was I was watching a YouTube short where they're asking this guy. You might know him, but they ask him like video game questions, and he'll like ask questions. They ask him like, what game do you think will be Game of the Year next year?
Yeah.
And he said if they're not going to give it to Elden Ring DLC, he believes that it's either going to be GTA 6 or it might be, he said it might be Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh, okay.
Maybe because he said he's like we haven't seen it. It's very you're just talking about Assassin's Creed being the game of the year might be like, well, what the heck? Like no, these games are kind of stale, but it's happened before. And so he's saying that it could happen with Shadows. We still don't know much about the game, but he's like if they don't give it to the DLC of Elden Ring, it could probably be GTA 6.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe we might see that.
I'd bet my house on GTA 6.
Really?
I'd bet the house on GTA 6. I mean, for how much money they're spending, the fact that it's Rockstar and their track record and
I feel like they need to up it up though, because GTA 6 is fun, but I wasn't really like
GTA 5.
Sorry, GTA 5. Yeah, I said sorry. GTA 5 was fun. But the storyline, I was like, yeah, okay.
Storyline was honestly
whatever, but then Red Dead 2 comes along.
Was a movie, cinema.
So it's like you kind of have to like, how are you gonna top that with GTA 6? Because like GTA 6, like the only thing I'm hyped up about GTA 6 is like the stuff you can do in the world.
Yeah. All
right, what can you do? What's pretty cool? Who knows? Like I said, maybe the storyline will blow me away, but I haven't been blown away by a GTA 6 storyline at all. Like other than Red Dead 1 and 2. Everything else has been just like maybe Max Payne. The Max Payne games I've been blown away, but who knows? Like I said, GTA 6 is more of like doing whatever you can to like get crazy, like kill people and go crazy.
It's more over the top. It's not as dramatic or Red Dead and Red Dead 2 was more down to earth, very real, gritty. I just don't know if they can do that type of stuff in the GTA universe.
Because the GTA universe is all about like crime and like trying to make it big in the world by like hustling and grinding and backstabbing and all these crazy things in the city and like over the top. We're gonna rent a helicopter. We're gonna jump down this here. We're gonna break into the safe, steal the money. Oh, the cops are on us. We gotta hurry up. We gotta get out of here. Okay, it's like a heist and stuff like that, which is fun, but it's not like a story where it's like my character is dying of TB and I gotta try to make ends meet and try to try to do some good in this world, while I'm dying.
You'll never cry at the end of a GTA game, but you will at Red Dead too.
When I beat GTA 5, I was just like, okay, that was fun.
Yeah.
I had my time. I enjoyed the story. It was cool, but it wasn't like, oh man, it was so memorable. Like I enjoyed Trevor and Michael and Franklin's storyline. It was so profound. Like I was just like, these guys are just trying to like, get out of trouble or like stay out of trouble or cause trouble, So it's like, yeah, GTA 6, not big story. I'm excited though. I'm excited for it though. I want to see what they come out with, Rockstar. And who knows, maybe they'll learn something from Red Dead 2. I'm like, all right, let's make a good down to earth game within the GTA 6 game. So who knows what might come out of that game and stuff like that. So what else we got on the list?
Some of the other games looked interesting that I'm excited about. The Metal Gear remake.
Yes,
Metal Gear 3.
Yes, that one looks interesting. I love the Metal Gear series. So much fun. 3, the more popular one was 3, obviously.
Yep.
I thought 2 was the more popular one, but then when 3 came out, and I was like, oh snap, 3 is way better.
It honestly built. It was actually a really good sequel to 2. It built a lot on top of what 2 did well.
Yeah.
I know in this one though, you're actually able to to play it the old way where it's more top down, but then there's also a way to play it where it's kind of like Metal Gear Phantom Pain, where it's like more third person behind you and stuff like that. So I'm definitely interested to try that. But apparently, from what I heard, it's like a shot for shot remake. Everything's
good,
pretty much the same. Although they're kind of like some other Capcom games, you could put on a filter, which will kind of like make it look like
right.
Back in the day.
So
that's cool too for the niche amount of people who are gonna want that.
It's kind of like the Halo, the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah,
where, you're playing Halo 1. You can switch graphics between the original, which is crazy because I'm like, oh man, when I switch over, it's like nostalgia. But I'm like, all right, these are janky graphics.
Yeah, I know.
let's go back to the remake. Let's go back to the remake one and stuff like that. Okay, so Metal Gear, all right, interesting. Anything else on your list?
There was another one. I think it's called Where the Winds Meet. It's another Souls-like. I honestly,
everyone's trying to get on the Souls game.
Everyone's trying to be Souls-like. Everyone's trying to be FromSoft, which honestly, I don't mind. I mean, if it's Souls-like or even Souls-light, I really don't know. These games that seem to be coming out from these Chinese and Japanese game developers, honestly doing really well. They're super interested in them.
Yeah.
Like Stellar Blade and things like that. It just came out really good. Action RPG-ish. It seems to be like these are a borderline action RPG-ish type games that borderline on Souls-like. So it seems to be a blend, which seems really cool.
Interesting.
So like it may be not as hard as like your Elden Rings and more button mashy like Devil May Cry, and it seems to be a blend. Which, like I said, it looks really cool. So honestly, really good stuff coming out of China and Japan right now, honestly.
There was another game I forgot to mention with the Game Fest. I'm not sure how big are you on JRPGs. For it's like the Persona games, Persona 1, 2, 3, 4.
Not huge.
I really enjoy those games because it's like I'm playing an anime, so like it's pretty fun. They announced one called Archetype, I think, or something like that. I forgot what it was. Same creators of Persona, so when like you watch a gameplay, and if you know about Persona, when you watch a gameplay of this, you're like, oh yeah, that's like the same UI of Persona, like the same gameplay. It looked interesting. It looked pretty cool. But I like those type of games because like they tell like a really cool anime story.
Yeah.
And so like you're like playing. I beat Persona 5 and that was fun. Right now I'm currently playing Persona 3, which is also fun. It's kind of weird. Like it's super weird. Like if you're not into
that's what I heard.
Yeah, if you're not into anime or like any like manga reading and stuff like that, and you play these games, you're like, this is such a weird game. But like when I was playing it, I'm like, yeah, it seems about right. It's anime.
Yeah, that lines up.
Yeah, it's like I'll probably find it in like a Shonen Jump magazine or something like that. Like for sure, it's pretty cool. Like I would recommend playing those games.
And there's even another one that I didn't even mention that a lot of people are excited for was the Black Myth Wukong. I'm also excited for. Like I said, there's like 6 of these things that games that are coming out from these Asian developers that look really good. Like the one thing that with all these games that have in common is the combat looks so fluid and like just enjoyable.
Interesting.
Like I said, it's very Devil May Cry esque.
Yeah, I do like some Devil May Cry, God of War type of games. Where it's like the old ones, not the new ones. With like hack and slash,
you just do these
crazy
combos
where you're jumping around. Doing not like Kingdom Hearts where you just push triangle and you do everything, but it's like you're actually doing like the actual combos, which is pretty cool. With that and stuff like that. You got anything else to add on the list? Is that pretty much it?
There was one more I thought was interesting. There was I think it was called Delta Force.
Oh yeah,
Delta Force Hawk Ops or something.
Yeah. I saw.
It was a free to play shooter, but then that wasn't even the interesting part. The interesting part for me, there was a campaign. That is like a shot for shot. I don't know if it's a shot for shot remake, but it's a kind of like a remake of Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, the Ridley Scott movie.
Yeah, the Ridley Scott, and they bought the rights for it.
Really?
They bought the rights for it, so that's why like it kind of is almost like a shot for shot remake where they're like doing a lot of, I don't know if the footage, but they're doing a lot of scenes from the movie.
Like what happened?
Yeah, I believe what they said, they bought the rights from the movie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I see the trailer for that. I saw some of the gameplay for that, which is weird because like I was watching it and like it looked futuristic. Like like futuristic, and they're like, and then we have a campaign mode where you can like do like the actual like Ridley Scott movie, and I was like, wait, so which one is it?
Yeah,
like
I know. I was like, is there these two different games?
Yeah, like 2 games. Is it a futuristic game or is it like another Battlefield type of game? Or is it like, but like the gameplay looked pretty cool.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the gameplay and it was fun.
Well, what's also funny is that this isn't even the first time there was a Black Hawk Down video game. There was one, I think it was the original. It was kind of like a cult classic. Not a lot of people talked about it, but it was honestly a really good game.
Yeah.
FPS. I think it was the original Xbox. I don't even think it was Xbox 360 at this point, but it was really good campaign, like very tactical Black Hawk Down video game back in the day. And so like I never thought they would ever remake it or there would ever be a sequel for it. Like it was like one of those things that just came and went. It was good.
Really?
Not a lot of hype around it, but it was good. And then just came and went, and then no one really talked about it ever again.
Really?
So I was really surprised that they're bringing it back, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember when they announced it, I'm like Delta Force. I'm like, didn't they have like old Delta Force games?
Yeah.
Like that? I remember like they're bringing that back, which is interesting. I was like, all right, cool. I guess they're bringing that one up. One that we haven't heard a lot of, it already came out, was like the Ghost Recon games.
Oh yeah.
Like after Breakpoint, it just kind of dropped off the earth. I wonder if they're gonna make another Tom Clancy game. Or make another Splinter Cell game.
Yeah, dude, I wish.
Please make another good Splinter Cell
game. I hope
it's
a Splinter Cell to go back to, Chaos Theory. That's what I want.
Yes.
I want
or remake
stealth.
It. Yeah,
or remake. That'd be great.
I would remake.
There are certain games where, you know what? I'm cool with the remake.
Yeah, I'd be okay if they do a good Chaos Theory remake. Bring back multiplayer because that was fun to do as well. Or the co-op mode. Co-op mode was so much fun. I love playing that. Anything else? Any more thoughts?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, so this was kind of more of like just the news-ish type of games. I'm pretty sure we'll have more of these type of episodes as more games come out. We can talk about as well. We'll probably circle back again in another episode when maybe GTA comes out.
Oh yeah,
and like talk about our thoughts and be like, this is what we thought back in the day, back last year. Now this is out. This is our thoughts now. Did it meet expectations? Did it not? I'm very excited for these games. Let us know if you guys are excited for any type of game that we mentioned, or if you're not excited for any type of game that we mentioned, or if we miss any games, let us know, and we'll definitely check it out and give our thoughts on those games. Like I said, very excited for some of these games that are coming out. But again, to overall recap everything, it was kind of a letdown a little bit of
a couple of them were honestly like I said, Games Fest was weaker than it's ever been. And then State of Play was just bad.
No, yeah, I agree. And it's crazy because State of Play, PlayStation,
you expect Sony,
you expect to come out with
high quality,
some good games, and it's just like you let us down.
Yeah,
you let us down with a lot of these games, and so maybe they'll pick it up. Maybe later on they'll release oh, sorry, we forgot to release these games, and you're like, oh, okay, God of War, the next one. And it's like, oh, okay. But I guess we'll pause it here for the podcast. Great talking with you, Matt. Thanks for joining us for the pod. Thank you guys so much for listening. And stay tuned for the next more episodes. And again, feel free to contact us if you guys want to ask us any questions. We're on all socials. We're on X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You can find us at Gamesymaspod. That is at Gamesymaspod. Or you can send us an email at Gmail. On our Gmail is at Gamesymaspod@gmail.com. Yeah. almost butchered that. Gamesymaspod@gmail.com. You can send us an email, send us your questions, your thoughts, and your question will be featured on the next episode. And so, yeah, once again, thanks again, Matt, for that. Go check out these video game trailers. Let us know your thoughts on those. And nos vemos. Pa la próxima.